Hello and welcome back to another video that I just could not resist creating, as we're all told that electric cars are the solution to all our problems. Well, it's happening. More and more insurance providers are point blank refusing to insure certain types of electric vehicles, and those who do opt to do it are doing so at eye-watering expense. Confused.com last year reported that insurance costs on electric vehicles on average were up by 72%. Now, it's all too easy to point the finger at these big insurance companies and blame them. A bit like Alex Gerlis did here. He logged a formal complaint with insurer John Lewis when they refused to provide a renewal quotation for his electric vehicle. He claimed it was hypocritical of the company because they market themselves as an environmentally friendly company. Who'd have thought it, a big corporation valuing their own pockets over their own marketed green agenda. Welcome to the world. Now, as we start to understand and break this issue down further, you can see why these insurance companies are having to charge an absolute fortune or just refuse cover altogether, because the sad truth is a tiny amount of damage sustained to one of these electric vehicles, particularly if it involves the battery, can and often does lead to the entire car being written off. Here's an example of one such case where the outer side of the battery sustained some scratches from a speed bump and the whole car was written off. The Research Institute Alliance Centre for Technology has said that they've seen several electric vehicles come through, each with minor grazing or scratching to the bottom side of the battery, usually the cause of a speed bump, something that's pretty unavoidable. Now, the chances are each cell inside that battery is absolutely fine, but without access to the correct diagnostic equipment, there's no way of knowing. So, as a result, that entire car ends up scrapped. Now, it's not by accident or circumstance that they don't have access to this correct diagnostic equipment. This car-connected data is extremely lucrative, and basically, the manufacturers want to keep it to themselves. That's a fight that leasing companies and car repair shops have been fighting since the beginning with electric vehicles, and it's probably going to go on for some time as well. It's all a bit sinister, and unfortunately, it's the consumer who ends up paying for it. So what is happening to all these lightly damaged battery packs then? Well, according to Michael Hill, head of operations at Cinetech, they're being removed from the vehicles and stored in isolation bays due to the risk of fire. Hill reckons that 95% of the cells inside these batteries that they're removing and storing away, which can be up to 20 a day by the way, are absolutely fine and should be reused. But again, without the proper diagnostic equipment, there's nothing they can do other than err on the side of caution and throw them aside. As you may well be aware, Tesla were hit last year with a class action lawsuit for curbing the competition of the maintenance and replacement parts market on their own cars, and that is something. At least it shows that consumers are not taking it lying down, because the day that we provide a monopoly on car selling, maintenance and part repair to the big manufacturers is a very bad day indeed. I don't think I need to spell that out to this audience. As you may also be aware, Tesla started supplying insurance policies to their own customers as of last year as well. I think only in certain states, but it's somewhat predictable, isn't it? Because they're the only ones with the accessibility and diagnostic equipment to talk to the cars. So obviously they're going to be able to fix them cheaper, which is going to result in lower insurance premiums. And just think about that for a second. Imagine your own car manufacturer having access to where you can charge that car, what features on it are going to work, where you can get that car serviced or repaired, and also where you can insure that car as well. Scary stuff indeed. As ever, I'd love to hear your own thoughts on this. How do you think it's going to end up? Will these manufacturers open the loop and allow independent shops to work on their cars and diagnose problems? Or are we all going to end up buying, servicing, fixing, insuring our cars through the main manufacturers? Thank you so much for watching. Please do hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you next time.